Hey, what's up, guys? Just wanted to share a few thoughts on looking back at my last experience in business and just the three things I'd do differently if I could do it over again. And it's one of those things where you don't know until you know, or a lot of times you don't have the perspective until you're looking back, or when you have new information. And so you think back on what you may have done a little differently, and what I would have done better. Again, there's aspects of what we accomplished that I am super proud of, and the people that we had the opportunity to work with was probably the most amazing part of it. They're some of the best people that I've had the chance to work with. Here's some things that I would do differently or try and do better the next time around. And so, number one is just think bigger. So I think early on, it's easy to think, when you're starting at zero, it's easy to think to infinity, because going from zero to infinity doesn't seem like that, because you're already at zero anyway. So it's like, oh, we can conquer the world. But the longer we went on, the more I recollect me pulling in the target from, hey, let's conquer the world, to, hey, let's just make it through next week. And so just continuing to remind myself and keep at the forefront to think massive, to think huge, to set giant goals, to help continue to pull the team forward, and keep enough meat on the bone uh, to keep everyone interested and engaged. So that would be one, would be just to think bigger. Number two would just be focus more on revenue than expenses. So I think my focus on the personal side, and then what translated into business, had always been kind of frugality and saving and penny pinching and things like that, which is not a bad characteristic in general, to just kind of be strategic with money, or to be yeah, kind of looking forward and making sure there's not any pitfalls, and that you're not going to run out of cash, or run out of money. But I think now, new information that I've gotten, again, a lot through the business side of Grant Cardone's curriculum, and just being in a new business now, just being a cog in the wheel of a giant business, is focusing on revenue rather than expenses. And lastly, I would have expanded our offering. So we had one price for our labor rate, and then we did bid jobs out, and that, I guess, had a little bit more flexibility in the pricing. But I think one thing that would have been helpful and probably won us a lot more business, if we would have just expanded our offering and said, hey, we have a service at this price point, and this price point. Exploded it out, so that it wasn't just like, hey, we're one option. It's like, hey, if you come to us, you have dozens and dozens of options on what service you're getting and how it's going to be priced. So that's something that I would probably add to the mix if I were to do it all over again. So just wanted to record that down, for your all's consumption and for my own memory. So there you have it. The three things I would do differently if I were to go into business again is, to think bigger, focus on revenue, and expand the offering that we provide. So hope you got some value out of that, and hope you're having a productive week, month, year, in whatever role that you're in. And that being said, I'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks.